Hod Lipson, Fabricated, the new world of 3D printing. Welcome to the fascinating world of 3D printing, as explored in Hod Lipson's Fabricated, the new world of 3D printing. This summary delves into the incredible capabilities of 3D design software and 3D printers in revolutionizing not only the creation process, but also the potential for mass customization and on-demand manufacturing. Learn about the advantages and opportunities afforded by 3D printing, such as cloud manufacturing, which democratizes access to production and fuels innovation by minimizing risks and costs.
Unleashing 3D design potential. Most household items are conceived with the aid of digital design software, which allows their creators to visualize and manipulate three-dimensional objects with unrivaled precision. By operating within an XYZ coordinate system, designers can modify object proportions, examine their work from various angles, and perfect every aspect of their creations. This sophisticated yet user-friendly technology enables captivating design innovations and paves the way for a more inventive world. Our digital world has revolutionized the way we conceive everyday objects: the lamp on your desk, the chair you sit on, even the desk itself. These items were once mere ideas that began as a combination of ones and zeros in a computer file. All thanks to state-of-the-art design software that enables designers and engineers to visualize and shape their ideas in a three-dimensional environment. This shift from traditional two-dimensional blueprints to a versatile 3D workspace has opened the door to limitless geometric possibilities. In our world where interacting shapes make up the surroundings, capturing the essence of these forms on a flat piece of paper can be cumbersome. However, 3D design software allows us to create perfect models of any object we desire, from homes and cars to coffee mugs and flowers. At the heart of this ingenious software are XYZ coordinate systems and complex mathematical equations. These powerhouses enable you to freely move and manipulate objects within the 3D environment. Experiment with different angles, adjust the proportions, and fine-tune the minutest details with unprecedented ease. The once painstaking task of altering designs has now become as simple as stretching or shrinking objects on a screen, without the inconvenience of a complete redesign. In essence, 3D design software has proven to be indispensable in modern design. It empowers creators with a dynamic environment where they can explore, experiment, and bring their unique visions to life. As we head toward a future where imagination knows no bounds, let's delve into the next exciting frontier: how 3D printing transforms production methods. Unlocking 3D printing potential. Even those with minimal computer know-how are likely to be familiar with regular inkjet printers, which create two-dimensional prints on paper. 3D printing, however, goes a step further by constructing objects layer by layer using various materials, with the potential to revolutionize our lives, the economy, and the environment. The secret to 3D printing lies in an electronic blueprint called a design file, which when loaded into the printer's software, directs the creation of objects with complex shapes and details. 3D printers work in an entirely different way from your typical inkjet printer. Instead of merely applying ink to paper, 3D printers build objects of various sizes and shapes out of numerous materials. The key to understanding 3D printing lies in the need for a computer to communicate detailed instructions to the printer. Imagine you want to recreate a beautiful 17th century brass vase. To do so, you'll need a design file, essentially an electronic blueprint that holds all the necessary information for the computer to successfully guide the 3D printer. Through this file, the printer receives instructions on how to replicate the vase down to the finest detail. How does the actual printing process work? It's a step-by-step construction of a three-dimensional object with layer upon layer of material. The process for the brass vase, for example, begins with the formation of its flat base. Once the first layer solidifies, another layer is added on top, and so on. As each layer is added and hardens, the vase grows until it's fully formed. By modifying the dimensions of individual layers, objects of any shape become possible. With the right design file in hand, anyone has the power to create any object they desire. In the following sections of this summary, we'll delve into the profound implications 3D printing will have on our day-to-day lives, the global economy, and our environmental impact. But first, we'll examine the cutting-edge software that enables this revolutionary technology to thrive. Embracing 3D printing benefits. The manufacturing landscape has long been divided between the efficiency of mass production and the customization of artisanal crafting. However, 3D printing offers an ideal middle ground by allowing endless, precise reproductions and easy design alterations without significant impacts on cost or production time. When confronted with the question of why 3D printing matters, one must first consider the existing landscape of production methods. Currently, there are two main types: mass production and artisanal crafting. Mass production involves creating millions of identical products through a streamlined process that achieves a low cost per unit. However, this method is rigid and makes it difficult to introduce new designs without a delay in production and increased costs. On the other end of the spectrum, artisanal crafting allows for unique, one-of-a-kind products, each created with personal attention and often at a higher cost. This method is adaptable, with designs easily changed or customer requests readily incorporated. Despite these advantageous features, artisanal crafting lacks the speed and volume that mass production provides. This is where 3D printing swoops in as the superhero of the production world. It marries the efficiency of mass production with the flexibility of artisanal crafting. Like mass production, 3D printing allows manufacturers to create an unlimited number of precise, high-quality reproductions. What sets it apart is its inherent ability to alter designs at any time without significant extra expenses or delays in production. As an innovative manufacturing method, 3D printing brings the best of both worlds to the table. Producers reap the benefits of streamlined, cost-effective manufacturing and have the freedom to make adjustments whenever a stroke of genius hits or customer needs change. This breakthrough technology is paving the way to a new era in production where quality, efficiency, and adaptability coexist harmoniously. Revolutionizing production with 3D printing. Over 100 years ago, the introduction of the assembly line revolutionized manufacturing and the job market. 3D printing holds the same disruptive potential as it decentralizes production through cloud manufacturing while reducing risk, cost, and barriers to innovation. This new model shifts focus from large factories and complex machinery to small-scale manufacturers, providing anyone with a design file the opportunity to start a business. A century ago, the assembly line shook the foundations of traditional manufacturing, forever altering the job market and the way companies operate. Similarly, 3D printing possesses the power to disrupt production on a global scale. One major way it accomplishes this is through cloud manufacturing. In contrast to the current manufacturing landscape dominated by large factories, cloud manufacturing works by spreading production across a network of smaller contributors. With a product design file, you can upload it to the cloud, which then connects you with the suitable manufacturer to produce and deliver your order. The flexibility of cloud manufacturing allows for anything from large orders to single-part production. Imagine spending months designing your own bicycle and wishing to test it. With cloud manufacturing, you can obtain the necessary parts quickly, assemble the bike, and take it for a test ride, all without reliance on big factories or costly equipment. Embracing this decentralized approach enables small-scale manufacturing companies to enter the competitive market, inevitably transforming the business landscape. The dependency on mass production fades as cloud manufacturing offers opportunities to aspiring entrepreneurs with innovative design files. Furthermore, the cloud manufacturing model promotes innovation by drastically reducing risk and production costs. Currently, big manufacturing companies employ massive, intricate, and expensive technologies, rendering each innovation attempt as a high-stakes investment. Failure could mean debilitating losses for the company. In contrast, 3D printing streamlines the process of experimentation by eliminating much of the costs and risks involved. To test a new product, all it takes is preparing the design file, clicking print, and observing the results. This newfound freedom ushers in an era of unbridled innovation and a whole new world of manufacturing possibilities. Exploring 3D printing's potential. As 3D printing advances, the technology's potential seems boundless, with increasingly complex life-enhancing applications. From creating relatively simple inanimate objects, like hearing aids and custom prosthetics, to complex living tissues, bones, and organs, 3D printing has the potential to revolutionize various aspects of our lives, including food production. While we are still far from printing entire living creatures, the progress made so far indicates a promising future. The world of 3D printing continually unveils new possibilities, enhancing lives in numerous ways. Known as the ladder of life, this model represents the complexity of 3D printing tasks. The lower rungs of the ladder signify simpler creations, such as artificial joints and hearing aids. As we climb higher, we encounter more intricate printed items like living tissues, bones, skin, and veins, leading up to organs like livers, kidneys, and even hearts, with fully formed living creatures occupying the top rung. Although we are some distance from reaching the summit of the ladder of life, our ability to tackle the lower rungs is evolving at a steady pace. Replacement bones can now be printed to precisely fit a person's body. Bespoke Innovations, a California-based startup, even designs tailor-made prosthetic legs that not only meld with an individual's physique but are also customized to complement their lifestyle and personal preferences. As 3D printing continues to advance, food production could experience a paradigm shift. Picture this: after a taxing day, you can simply send an email instructing your 3D food printer at home to have a lasagna and tiramisu ready for your arrival. This concept isn't just a pipe dream. Prototypes of 3D food printers are already in development in laboratories worldwide. For instance, the collaborative effort of design team Zygelbaum and Qualo has spawned Cornucopia, a project featuring 4 distinct 3D food printers that cater to specific cooking styles, including one that prints chocolate. The future is closer than we think, and 3D printing promises an era of innovation and enhanced living.
As we've seen in this summary of Fabricated, the new world of 3D printing, the realm of 3D printing is vast and filled with possibilities. From disrupting traditional manufacturing methods and fostering innovation through cloud manufacturing, to reaching new heights in the ladder of life with applications in healthcare and even food printing, 3D printing is poised to revolutionize numerous aspects of our lives. As you finish this summary, consider the boundless opportunities that lie ahead and the potential impact of 3D printing on the way we live, work, and create.